Hello everyone, my name is Rochelle Innocent and I'm the founder and CEO of Project Purpose. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Our community is focused on fostering the intellectual and character development in children. We do this through our parent-child workshops that focus around 4 themes: autonomy, self-efficacy, compassion, and self-concept, in order to cultivate grit, perseverance, and resilience in each child. At Project Purpose, our overarching mandate is to renew and rebuild families, communities, and relationships. Our YouTube channel provides us a platform to discuss topics that relate to families, communities, and relationships with ourselves as well as with others, with a primary focus on mental health and education. More precisely, the way that the structures of mental health and education play a role and have played a role in our societies at large. Our discussions and debates provide us with an opportunity to think critically about what needs to change within these structures in order for us to live up to our bold slogan: support, protect, and empower each child through youth-focused development, better known as leadership in juvenescence. We recognize that in valuing our children's leadership potential, that also translates as recreating and co-creating spaces, both politically and socially, in order for our children to thrive. We do provide thought pieces, so we do write different blogs that cover the same topics with a focus on renewing family, community, and relationships. So if these topics interest you, please do check out the link below and make sure to check out our blog channel. Now, as is the YouTube convention, subscribe, hit that post notification bell so that you're aware of every time we post. And of course, if you like the content and you want to keep the conversation going, be sure to like, comment, and share this video. Let's get into it. Hello. So I'm very excited about this week's segment. We're covering mental wellness. And I'm happy to cover mental wellness because I do feel that the topics around education and mental health are fairly serious. And I wouldn't want to give the impression that, I'm all work, no play. And I think mental wellness gives me an opportunity to kind of show the lighter side of my personality, and it gives us an opportunity to bond and connect. So this week's mental wellness segment is on self-care. And as you recognize, the scene is a little bit different. And that's because when we talk about self-care, I'm going to demonstrate self-care. So I think self-care is a topic that we all sort of define liberally, and I say liberally because sometimes we like to define things within, the confines of our comfort zone, and we say, we do this little thing here, this little thing there. That means self-care. But self-care also means doing what, your body needs, what your mind needs, what your spirit needs in order for you to maintain your well-being. Self-care isn't just about pampering oneself. I mean, that is really fun, and I won't be one to I wouldn't be one to discourage someone from a pampering every now and again. But self-care goes deeper than that. Self-care is about the maintenance of your mind, body, and spirit. So I think the second video this week will be more focused on the mind, and this video is about the body and spirit. So that typically will translate as motion and relaxation, different things to calm us down. So when we think about what counts as self-care for the body as well as for the spirit, that typically involves sensory activation. So you're doing things that activate your sensory percepts in a pleasing way. So I talked about in one of my videos about enjoying the simple pleasures in life and like doing little things that I find pleasing and that bring me, little bursts of joy. And that typically is about sensory activation. So one of those things is motion. I'm an aesthetic person, so movement for me is something that I very much enjoy. But even if you're someone who doesn't enjoy motion is like the apple a day. You need to have movement in a day in order to maintain your well-being. And I'll tell you, the sad people that I've met in my life, the people who are, have a general aura of sadness, typically lead sedentary lives. If you're not moving, it can really put a weight on your emotional and mental well-being. So it's important that you carve out at least the minimum, 30 minutes a day for movement. And you know what? I'm gonna make it easy for you. If you've already carved out time to watch this video, we're gonna take half of this video to get into movement. So rather than me talk to you about movement, we're gonna do some movement together. Now, I want to do some specific movements for you, with you. The majority of the people who are watching, I'm assuming, are working professionals who spend most of their day sitting, whether you're sitting now on your couch because we're working from home or sitting at a conventional desk. You're doing a lot of time sitting. And for those of us who spend all of our days sedentary, we need to do motions that really focus on our hips, opening up the hips. And we need to open up the hips because this is where stress gathers. You know how we have those, I find those commercials so entertaining. There are commercials that talk about when you're stressed, it creates cortisol in your tummy, and then, you know, that cortisol can build up on your tummy line. Motion is very important for those of us who lead sedentary lifestyles, and not on purpose. Sometimes the work that we do require us to be still, and that's something that we need to counteract. We need to counterbalance that with active motion. So if you're very still all day, or for the majority of your day, and your hip flexors are sort of stuck in this one position all day, it's very important that we reverse the effects of that, because over time they're going to get stiff and you're going to start to retain tension and negative energy in your hips. And I know for a fact that a lot of us working professionals carry a lot of tension in our lower backs, in our hips. We have back spasms. We're like, what's happening to my body? And it's really about lifestyle. If you have lower back pain and hip pain, if you're stiff, if you can't touch your toes, we're going to show you some movements that will change that. Do some quick little stretches to, you know, stretch out our hamstrings, open up our hip flexors, that you don't need a mat for. So if you're like, oh, well, you know, I'm just gonna watch her and be entertained while eating munchies on my couch, I mean, you could do that, or you could, on your couch, do the exact same exercises, or you can do it on your carpet. Wouldn't advise doing it on hardwood floor, that might hurt your knees. But let's do it together. It's just 15 minutes. I want to start off by saying I am not a certified yoga instructor. That is not who I am. I'm going to run you through stretches that I do, and I follow a yoga instructor to do them. So these were part of some of the workouts that I did when I was doing the 14-day splits challenge, and it does actually end in a split. But you can go to as far as you can go, and I'm definitely going to walk you through all of those motions. And if you're curious and you'd like to do the 14-day split challenge, I've included the resource in the link down below. So let's get started, and I just want to say two things before we get started. Unless you're experiencing electric pain, pain is good. The pain that you feel during these stretches means you're releasing negative energy out of your body. So I want us to just lean in to the discomfort and visualize that discomfort as negativity, tension, stress leaving the body. I'm going to try to walk us through it. I want this to be fun, and this is going to be, you know, a bonding activity between us all. So we're all going to get together and do this. We're going to start on our backs. All right. Let's get started on our backs. And I want us to hug our legs into the body. So we're just going to hug our legs, get settled in, and then we're going to bring out the right leg and hug in the left leg. And then we're going to stretch out the left leg. And we want to straighten that out. Now, if this feels good to you, I want you to go over and reach that big toe and just hold it there. Whew. And feel that stretch. Now, if it's burning, that's the negativity leaving your body. That's stress leaving your body. So you're going to welcome the burn and just lean into this nice hamstring stretch. And breathing is also very good during activities such as these. We're going to bend that knee, bring it back into the body, and then we're going to switch sides. So again, straighten it out as much as you can. And then, of course, if you can, bring that foot closer and hold that big toe with your 2 fingers. And hold that stretch. And again, discomfort, pain. Discomfort is stress negative energy leaving your body. Hold that stretch just a little bit longer. Keep going. All right, now bring it in. And now we're going to bring both feet up and grab onto your feet and stretch it out even more. Keep those legs straight. Welcome the discomfort. Discomfort is growth. It's negative energy leaving your body. Right. Now we're going to do a tabletop. Just bring your arms in. We're just countering that movement. Great. I want you to sit on your bum. Put the arms up to the sky and lean forward. We're just going to hold this stretch for about 30 seconds. You just want to breathe into it. And with every breath, when you exhale, just stretch a little bit further each time. How are you doing? Keep going. All right, so now we lift back up, tuck the feet in, and we're going to go into plank. And then push it back into your downward facing dog. Stretch it out. You're gonna lift your right leg up, pivot the hip, and just hold that for a moment. Then now, just bring it through and lower that back leg. And now we're trying to stretch out the psoas muscle here and do a low lunge. Feels good. Doing okay? You can even, because we're trying to target this psoas muscle that also carries a whole lot of tension. So you can even press down on your back just a little bit and just breathe. Stretch it out, stretch it out. Breathe it out, breathe it out. Arms up, and your arms down to the ground and shift. Now we're going to do this a couple of times. So up, exhale, inhale down. Up, stretch it out, stretch it out. Up, stretch it out. Stretch it out. And now we're gonna hold this for like not even 20-30 seconds. And try to make sure your hips are aligned. So To do that, just pull your right hip back and shift your left hip forward just a little bit. And just hold. And with each exhale, go a little bit further. Remember, discomfort is negative energy and stress leaving your body. All right, come forward, tuck your back toe under, lift it up, go into plank, and then go back into your downward facing dog. Great, so now we're gonna lift our left leg up, bring it around. Now, you center your hips, bring that foot forward. We're just doing the exact same thing on the other side. Low lunge. And again, you're targeting that hip flexor. You want this psoas muscle to be stretching. And even to increase the stretch, just press down your lower back just a little bit. And just breathe. How are you doing? Doing good? Feeling good? Feeling great? All that negative energy just leaving your body. Breathe, breathe. Bring it down and shift our legs. Feels good. Inhale, or exhale, sorry. And inhale. Back. And back. If things start cracking, that is progress. All right, let's hold this posture. And again, to make sure that your hips are aligned, just pull the left hip back and push the right hip forward. Just hold that position there. And with every exhale, go a little bit further. How are you doing? This is kind of weird for me. I've never recorded myself doing deep stretches. A little bit longer. All right, so forward, tuck your back toes under, lift up, go into plank, and push back into downward facing dog. Great. And so now, your right leg up, bend it, bring it through. Then here, you're just going to recenter yourself, push forward, and now the fun stuff. We're gonna shift forward, shift your leg back. And just keep going. forward and back. And you go as low as is the most tolerable level of discomfort. But again, if you have electrical pain, don't push through electrical pain. And hold the stretch. Breathe. And wherever you are, this is a great stretch to open up your hips and release the stress and tension that you hold within your hips. Just hold it a little bit longer. Breathe, breathe. Feels good. At first it hurts, I'll be the one to tell you. But if you keep going, that pain becomes something that feels really good. Deep stretches feel so amazing once you get into the rhythm of it. Hold a little bit longer. All right, so we're gonna get out of it. Now to get out, you're gonna use your hands, push yourself up, and then with every push, you're gonna come back to that original position. And then you're gonna straighten out the back leg and go back into your downward facing dog. And we're just gonna go to the other side. So lift that left foot up, swing it through, back foot down, and you know what to do. So we're just gonna shift this left leg forward, shift the right leg back, and keep going, and go to wherever is comfortable for you, and hold. Just breathe it out. How you doing? Feeling good? Feeling great? And again, even if you don't make it all the way down to the floor, go to wherever is like the most amount of discomfort that you can handle and hold it there. And every time you do it, you can go a little bit further and you're releasing your hips, releasing the stress and the tension out of those hips. And just breathe it out. I wonder how this is gonna look. I guess we'll see together. That stretch feels good. All right, we can lift ourselves out of it now. Lift up, back into that original position. With every lift, you just shift your legs a little bit back to where they were before. And then when you can, go back into your downward facing dog and just walk it out. And then hold your downward facing dog. Ooh, that feels amazing. And then you come down and we're done. Thank yourself for that practice. Wasn't that a lot of fun? I probably had more fun than everyone doing that little segment, but I wanted to really do something that's aligned with my personality. I don't just like to sit and chat, I like to move and chat. And I thought showing you a stretch that I did to help me reach my splits goal was a great way to bond and give you a better sense of who I am as well. I will be including the link down below if you want to do some work to open up your hip flexors and stretch out your psoas muscles. Again, we retain a lot of negative energy, a lot of stress and tension in those areas, and you want to get rid of that, like release the energy that no longer serves you. Relates to self-care, motion is super important. And what I've done is I've even created a little message on my board. Motion is a mood booster. If you are in a low mood, I am telling you, you have endorphins sitting dormant in your body that are ready to be released with just a little bit of movement. Even if you don't have the energy to get out of bed, like do some bicycle motions in bed, maybe punch the air, do whatever you need to do, but move your body. I promise you will feel better. So movement is something that is very also individualized. We don't all like the same movements. I mentioned in another video, I really do not like bike riding. And I used to like bike riding, but I'm not very coordinated. And I got in a lot of bike crashes. I've definitely lost a lot of skin as a result of my thrill-seeking, meets uncoordinated self. Those two things together really didn't mix and involved a lot of injuries for me growing up. And then I did a cycling class, and as we were kind of getting started on this cycling class, she was like, oh, and be careful not to overextend your knee. And I was like, what does that mean? And it's like ripping all the ligaments of your knee. And now every time I get on a bike, I think about the potential of ripping the ligaments in my knee and ripping the tendons, and I just can't get over that visual image. And it's ruined biking for me probably forever. So if you don't like to bike, like I don't like to bike, there are other physical movements for you. Like find the thing that you like to do so that you can do it frequently, so that you can do it daily. We talk about things that relax the body. These are sensory activations. So to relax your body, you really need to involve your sensory percepts. So touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. So if you activate all of these together in a way that's pleasant, you can really soothe yourself, calm yourself, put yourself in a very relaxed state of being. That might involve, a playlist. I mean, I have my go-to songs, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the music that we listen to and how that contributes to our states of being in our second video this week. But music is a great way to sort of lull your body into a state of calm and relaxation. Other such ways that work really, really well is diffusers. And I always have a mini diffuser for on the go, because I would travel quite a bit for work, or even if I'm traveling, I like to have a diffuser around that I can use and like set the tone of any space that I'm in. And with diffusers, there are a lot of different smells. So this is a great opportunity if you want to learn something new to get into essential oils. The one that I like, this one specifically, it's an 100% pure essential oil blend, and this is a good mood blend. So good mood blend typically involves lavender oil, clary sage oil, cypress oil, geranium oil, and lemongrass oil, and that together creates good vibrations. Can I say that? So this is a good mood blend, and this is what I would use like on a daily basis. So as I'm getting ready for work, or I'm getting ready to get started for my day, I typically will have my diffuser, my on-the-go diffuser on, and I have like a good mood blend in the background while I'm, getting my makeup and everything put together. Why smell Febreze when you can smell something natural, right? And no, this is not a sponsored video, and by all means, like whatever pure essential oils that you can find, you just want to make sure that you figure out which ones activate, which states of being and which moods for you. So diffuser is one of them. And then incense. And like I love to go to like my local incense store. So in Toronto, there's this place called Kensington, and they have a lot of natural incense. So I like to burn some incense. Usually jasmine is one of my favorite go-tos for when I just need to calm down and relax and be like in a good space, but like a good space and a calm space. It helps calm me down. And then aromatherapy on the go. And I am all about the aromatherapy on the go, and everyone should invest in aromatherapy on the go. And I'm purposely hiding the brand because, again, this is not a brand deal, but these are the greatest little, like home remedies. So this is like an energy booster on the go. It's called Elevate, and it's a nasal inhaler, and you don't put it in your nose. But like instead of doing caffeine in the middle of the day and then now you've interfered with your sleep cycle, you just breathe it in, and it works with your hormones and you feel elevated. And it smells so good. Ooh, it smells wonderful. And you just kind of smell it 3 times per nostril and you're good to go. It activates your like endorphin system, your adrenal system, you know, your different hormones. I'm not well versed in all aspects of, you know, the things that are triggered by aromatherapy. I just know that it works for me. And even if it's a placebo, if it's a placebo that works, it's a placebo I buy into. You know what I'm saying? And then also they have these oils, and like I love perfume. And in fact, living in France made me all the more in love with perfume, to be honest with you. But rather than wear perfume, sometimes the best thing to do is to wear an energy oil. So if you are losing energy throughout the day, instead of like ramping up in the caffeine, you just put it like on your lymph nodes, you know, like behind the ears, on your temples. I usually will like put them on my wrist and then rub that on my temples. Breathe it in. Good to go. And this is my pouch on the go. So this pouch is like filled with yummy smells that help me sort of recalibrate if I'm feeling low energy throughout the day. And there are so many local places that you can find near you where you can get different aromatherapies that help you maintain or transition into the states of being that help you stay productive, stay high energy, stay feeling good about yourself. And that with motion together, unstoppable combination, I'm telling you. This video, I wanted to take the time in this video to just talk about the benefits of relaxation and how relaxation is really about sensory activation, but activation in a way where, you know, you get the warm fuzzies. So you activate all of your sensory systems just enough to lull yourself into a state of calm, to a state of relaxation, and it's very good to use natural remedies to do that, like we ready and going for the day. And again, aromatherapies are really great for relaxation. Self-care isn't just about pampering. It's about doing things that really put you in a positive internal state. It helps you kind of maintain a positive state of being. It helps you maintain the moods that, you know, are great moods to be in. And also help with emotional regulation. So I wanted to give you some of the things that I like to do. It was stretching. I'm a big yoga fan, as you know, and like we've done a stretch together. And you don't need to do the splits to do the stretch, okay? And it took me, actually, it was a 14-day split challenge. It took me almost 6 months to be able to get down and do the splits. And I'm currently working on doing the middle split, so more on that. Like once I've mastered the middle split, I will definitely be recording that and sharing that with you. But this mental wellness segment, I think, is wrapping up. I'm so happy that you guys joined me today, and I hope you learned something new. And I hope that, you know, if you are going to be spending money on Amazon, you buy some aromatherapy stuff and you get yourself a diffuser and you buy yourself some incense and you really figure out a way to set the tone, set the mood, so that you can maintain a positive sense of well-being. That's, you know, Self-Care 101, motion and relaxation, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple of days as we talk about meditation and mindfulness. See you in the next video.